interesting translation from the collection box, from collection jar. Yes, this is collection of different insects belonging to the order Hymenoptera. Today I will show you some specimens in the collection prepared for morphological study, and these are wild bees, solitary bees, honeybees, bumblebees, and different species of wasps, social wasps and solitary wasps. So join our channel, join our stream. You can watch different interesting insects. Surprising bumblebees, surprising solitary bees, These insects are different in morphology, in ecology, in biology. So we can show you some morphological differences and also some ecological differences. To understand who is who, what are differences, and we can try to make some close-up for some specimens to make higher magnification. To show you part of collection, not pinned on labels, but specially spread for morphological study and photographing. We are prepared for photographing, that's why we are not without pins, but pins are used just for fixation. So what kind of bees do we have here? In this collection jar we have mostly bees. Yes, only bees are here. Wasps in a separate box. And who are these insects here? You can easily recognize here some bumblebees, because bumblebees are big one. So here some queens of bumblebees and some workers of bumblebees. At least we have here 3 species of bumblebees. This one, Bombus terrestris, down there. Down there, this is a Bombus terrestris with spread body and with exerted sting. You know that all these Hymenoptera are stinging insects. Even some of small solitary bees, they can sting, but their sting is very small. So that's why they are stinging not painfully. Honeybees can sting painfully, but not all. Only drones do not sting, and queen can sting, but not painfully. And we have here also drone of honeybee, this one. This is a drone of honeybee, with big head, with big eyes, very hairy thorax, and enlarged body in comparison with worker bee. And here 2 small bees, looks like honeybees, but they are not. This one, and this one, down there. We have same size like honeybee, slightly smaller than drone, but these are not honeybees, these are Megachididae family, leaf-cutting bees. So they have open mandibles, so they're cutting leaves to prepare their nest for their offspring. We have separate species of bumblebee here. This species number 1, that's number 2 lapidarius, this number 3, and this number 3 as well, number 3 queen bee1. Here 2 different species of bumblebees with open mandibles, and these are queens. So let's show them on high magnification to see a little bit bigger. You see nice brown colored bee with brown hairs on thorax, brown hairs on the top of abdomen with extended ovipositor, especially for morphological study. And this is Bombus terrestris, ground bumblebee. You see how they are different in coloration, completely different in coloration. They are big, they are twice bigger than honeybee, maybe 3 times bigger than honeybee. And these are queens. You see here, this is a tiny carpenter bee or leaf-cutting bee, Megachilidae family. These are solitary bees and social bumblebees. And this is Bombus lapidarius, bumblebee, worker bumblebee. Leaf-cutting bee is solitary, not making social colony, only some aggregations. And you see here, big queen of Bombus terrestris, ground bumblebee, and smaller size worker of Bombus lapidarius. You see how hairy Bombus terrestris. So hairs are used for pollination, to collect pollen and to transmit pollen from one flower to another flower. So bumblebees are important pollinators. So you can see these hairs on abdomen, yellow strip, black strip and white strip, and exerted ovipositor extended from the top of the body. Size of ovipositor or sting. Sting, this is changed ovipositor. Bumblebees do not have special ovipositor, they have sting because they are stinging. Ovipositor has transformed in sting, so it's used for protection, not for biting for fun, not stinging for fun, but for self-protection and for protection of social colony, because round bumblebees, Bombus terrestris, are social bumblebees. I am creating colony with queen in the head. Queen, workers, and drones. This is Bombus lapidarius, small one. Again, worker of Bombus hartorum, I guess. Male, because small Bombus hartorum in the center has longer antenna and changed scapula, not this. The male has no scapula for collecting pollen because male does not collect pollen. Again, we see small cutting bee, leaf cutter bee, a leaf cutter of family Megachilidae, and we see in the center drone with enlarged body and queen of bumblebee. We see here worker bumblebee, also female, and drone of honeybee. Drone of honeybee has very large eyes, large head, very hairy thorax, and size of drones of honeybees slightly bigger than for workers, even slightly bigger than for queen. So this is a drone, and this is a leafcutter bee, Megachilidae family. And who is this tiny bee? This is tiny bee, cellulose bee of family Halictidae. Hello, best greetings to London, who is watching us. I see some comments, some greetings for our friends from London, UK, best greetings. Today we are observing different bees, bumblebees and wasps in this collection. Not only parasitic wasps. Parasitic wasps are slightly smaller, maybe it will be a separate video about parasitic wasps. So you see here male probably solitary bee and male of Bombus lapidarius with red top of abdomen. You see, this is old worker with lost hairs, so in small one, younger worker. I guess Bombus gartorum. I say old worker because this individual, this specimen was working too much, so lost many hairs. Thank you for greetings. Thank you for greetings from London. Thank you for support. Thank you for supporters of Ukraine from different countries. We really appreciate any kind of support which is done by citizens and governments of other countries to Ukraine, because Ukraine in a very difficult situation now, in this kind of war between Russia and Ukraine, and it's really hard because yesterday was a very hard night attack on Ukraine by missiles and drones, and even yesterday, and actually I heard some explosions 2 days ago. Yesterday it was the same attack by bloody Russians on Ukraine, and it was recorded within some areas. Approximately 40 different air drones have been shot down by our anti-aircraft system, anti-drone system. So we trust our army and we believe in our victory. So you see here two specimens of Bombus lapidarius. In the down part, this is a male, I guess so, and on the top, this is a female worker. Again, Bombus lapidarius. And Bombus hartorum, the male, on the top. Okay, I need to show someone else. I have some interesting specimens more. So it's nice to make some kind of magnification to show you differences between these bees and bumblebees. So you can easily recognize how different they are from the smallest here, Halicta, family Halictidae, for bigger one, leafcutter bee, Megachilidae, Bombus genus, family Apidae, bumblebees. And now I have very interesting specimen, which is big one, carpenter bee, big carpenter bee, Xylocopa. It's shiny, and it has very shiny violet dark wings, darkened wings, and not so hairy body, and also very nice sting. This is also a bee, family Apidae. You see, I collected it on Salix flowers. This is very common one, not very common, but sometimes coming to different orchards, especially in the beginning of summer, late spring, beginning of summer. To compare the size, this is a honeybee. Honeybee is 4 times smaller. And this is bug, also for comparison. Bug is smaller than honeybee, and honeybee worker, you see, much smaller than this nice carpenter bee. Carpenter bee because this queen is solitary bee, which is inhabiting some rotten wood, some dead stems of plants, dead stems of trees, making holes inside, and collect this queen, just female, collecting pollen and nectar to the nest to provide food for its larvae, for her larvae feeding on nectar and pollen inside separate cells in rotten wood. Sometimes we're even making kind of damage for some old materials, wooden materials, even some houses, like we can make a hole in somewhere in a door or in a roof. Sometimes people don't like them. They can sting definitely, but they're afraid very much. Humans, they're very cautious. For precaution, they're escaping. They're flying very quickly. You can afraid them because of big size, but they can afraid you because of your shadow, because you're dangerous. And this is a male of solitary bee. You see the size of honeybee is the same. Solitary bee. Honeybee is a social bee. This is Anthophora, male. And the male because you can recognize second pair of legs with extended hairs with bunches of hairs. So these bunches of hairs are used for seduction of female, and also for attachment to female. And so you see second pair of legs, which are shown here up, used by this male, or just drawn of Anthophora, for attachment to the solitary female and for mating, purpose of mating. So they are flying also in a late spring or beginning of summer. Now they are not flying already, because now it's August time. So you see beautiful dark violet shining wings of this Xylocopa violacea. The species is rare and endangered, not aggressive. The species is afraid very much humans, because if you are coming to the flower with this huge bee, which size is like a queen of bumblebee, this nice and very strange, huge bee will escape very quickly, because they're afraid of you, they're afraid of your shadow, they're afraid of your size, and they are solitary. They need to save their life. They have no time for self-protection against such a huge aggressor as a human, or maybe bird. Better to escape, to save colony, to save, not colonies, to save solitary nest. Sometimes they're living all together. Many queens can live together in the same rotten wood and in the same stem of tree. But they are making just aggregation. So this kind of colony just for aggregation. So they like to live together because it's much easier to find drones and to attract drones. When some bees living in, not in such kind of, we can say, colony, but this is, in general, this is aggregation with different holes, with different nests of separate queens, separate females. So we're not making social nest, because we're making only one nest for each female, for each queen. So I'm pleased to show you this funny, shining, huge bees. You see also very hairy, strong mandibles, because this species need to cut tree. You see the name, carpenter bee. Not very long mouth parts for collecting nectar, but good enough. Most important, hairy legs and strong mandibles to prepare the nest, hollow in the tree or in the stem. Let's go forward. Some other insects are waiting for us. And we're here. In the next jar, in the next box. You can easily recognize the difference. Mandibles are smaller, and this is a queen of bumblebee. Queen of bumblebee is a very good collector of pollen and great pollinator. So here we have bumblebees and have wasps. You see here. In the center, this is a Scolidae, Megascolia maculata, so named mammoth wasps. Mammoth because the size is like elephant bee, but this is a wasp because wasp, queen or female, is hunting for prey. Bumblebee is just hunting for nectar and pollen, but a wasp is hunting for prey. And this mammoth wasp is hunting for rhinoceros larvae. Also, this queen and males are flying in the late of spring, beginning of summer. We're searching for places with larvae of rhinoceros beetles or some other scarab beetles, which are living somewhere under the old trees, under the bark of trees, under the rotten wooden pieces of cut tree, for example. Sometimes we are living in a city, so I have collected it precisely in my area where I'm living a couple years ago. I took some videos, even I showed on one video how this queen, this female of mammoth wasp is feeding on my fingers. But once, and it was very safe, usually. But once I got a sting, because you can recognize this queen has a sting. Size is quite big, the same like carpenter bees, same size, slender than queen of bumblebee. Queen of bumblebee is just larger, fatter. This smaller one, more narrow, more slender. But you can recognize so funny, so sharp mandibles on the head, up where. You see, this is a head, darkened wings, and very sharp mandibles. Why? This queen doesn't make special holes in the tree, but she's digging under the ground with legs which are hairy. Legs are very hairy, you can recognize, and very narrow, very tiny, and quite long ovipositor, 4 millimeters at least. 4 millimeters at least ovipositor. But it is funny, mandibles are used to catch the larva of rhinoceros beetle. Rhinoceros beetle is trying to escape, but this wasp is catching it, paralyzing and laying egg on living rhinoceros larva underground. On the body of the rhinoceros larva, mammoth wasp laying egg, and larva is developing during the spring till the autumn, and making pupation and hibernating inside the cocoon under the ground. This lovely wasp belonging to the family Scolidae, and this is a large family of Scolidae wasps. The representative species of hunting on different Scarabeidae beetles. For example, you can watch here. This is like small Scolidae wasp. Yes. I guess this species is hunting for tiny Dorcus beetles, which are living under the bark of trees. You see, this is a big Scolidae, Megascolia quadrimaculata or maculata. Size about more than 4 centimeters. And this is much smaller. And of course, but can sting more painfully, by the way. Because I got once the sting. I was stung by this Megascolia maculata, and it was quite painful during 3 days. So don't try to play with this queen, because she cannot sting sometimes, but she can sting sometimes. And she stung me once, and this video is on my channel, and it's quite popular, quite viral, became very viral. So this is a tiny Scolidae beetle, Scolidae wasp, which are hunting for small scarabeidid beetles. Okay, what kind of wasps do we have here? We have another wasp, digger wasp, of the family Sphexidae. And this is sphex. Wasp sphex are collected just on the ground during the digging process. This female were digging the nest in the ground. And you see here another female. This is a solitary bee. This Scolidae wasp is also solitary. This one is solitary. And this is a solitary wasp, family Sphexidae, digging wasps. What do they hunt for? They're hunting for grasshoppers. They're very funny. They have very funny prey. If you're very careful, you can be watching how this species is hunting precisely for relatively small size grasshoppers. So we can bring grasshoppers to the underground nest. And this wasp is solitary. Who is this here? And here we have bees. What do we have here? You can recognize that these are honeybees. These are honeybees, but very strange, big one, very fat, with big eyes, with hairy thorax. And who are they? What is the miracle? Because we have different honeybees here. This is a bumblebee. And you see here also some bees. And here also some bees. Here, for instance, we have again also bee. And this is a bumblebee and honeybee. And this is a worker of honeybee, because you can see up where the sting on the left side of the screen. So this is a worker which can sting painfully for you if you are not careful with them, if you are aggressive to them, if you are trying to steal their honey or combs from honeybee nest. Here we have two bees. On the down there, this is a honeybee worker, and up where, this is a leafcutter bee with much bigger mandibles. Leafcutter bee, leaf-cutting bee of family Megachelidae. Who is here? This is solitary bee of genus Andrena, very similar size as honeybees, you see, but different coloration, wings, different venation for sure, different structure of body. And here on the up where you can watch here honeybee, queen probably, I'm not sure, I cannot see from here. Maybe this is a queen or worker. And down there this is a solitary bee with different coloration of hind legs. So this species is collecting pollen on the body and on hind legs, but without scopula, on very hairy hind legs. Similar like honeybee, which is collecting pollen on scopula, special shining place of hind legs. So this is a queen of bumblebee, genus Bombus, species Bombus terrestris. We have became in a shadow, so not so bright now because of sun is going under the clouds. And so I'm coming back to these bees. You can write in comments in chat, who are these bees? Who are these funny, interesting bees? And this is a miracle because they are different. They are different from honeybees. Different from honeybees workers, because they are not workers. Who are they? I can take a little bit artificial light. These are drones. You see here, even small piece of endophallus, male genitalia are visible on the down specimen. So this is a male, a drone, which didn't mate with queen, because when drones are mating, they're losing their genitalia and they're dying. So I collected this in a hive just for presentation in collection. So these are drones, 2 drones of honeybees. They're not collecting honey, they're not collecting pollen, they're feeding on honey, feeding on nectar. Honeybee workers are feeding them. The main purpose of a drone is mating with queen, for reproduction, for making offspring for next generation, to continue the generation of honeybee from one generation to another generation, to pass genes from one colony to another colony. So after this kind of wasps, solitary wasps, which are hunting for crickets and for grasshoppers, this genus Sphex, Sphexidae. You see, they are not so hairy as bumblebees. They are shining. They have only hairy legs to catch the prey successfully. Very curved first tarsi. Very sharp mandibles to catch the prey. This wasp also catching the grasshopper, paralyzing a grasshopper, then laying eggs on the grasshopper in a separate cell under the ground. So they are making special holes under the ground and bringing from the wild grasshopper or cricket underground to lay eggs and to continue its offspring underground. So they will emerge only next summer, next spring. So they have 1 generation per year. Their size twice bigger than honeybees. So you see. So these wasps are solitary and honeybees are social. You have recognized it. And now we are going to the next part with small interesting collection of social wasps. And this is a wasp of European hornet. European hornet, Vespa carabro. Vespa carabro. This is a queen with big ovipositor, which became big sting. So now ovipositor is not used for oviposition but used for stinging. So that's why we're belonging to Hymenoptera aculeata, stinging part of a Hymenoptera. Very big mandibles, which are used for stinging, for cutting different food, different prey. And you see, long sting as well. Here we have two species of hornets. This species is named Vespa velutina nigrothorax. Vespa velutina nigrothorax is invasive species for Europe, and it was collected in France. These individuals, you see, black thorax, black head, yellow mandibles, infuscated wings, and yellow stripes on the body, on abdomen. Unfortunately, sunshine is coming out of my place, so that's why it's becoming more dark, by the way. I'm not sure where is to catch the light. Wait a minute. I can move to another place with light. We're coming to the place with sunshine to show you some details properly. Yes, here sunshine is very nice. Sunshine is coming from the window. It's much more convenient to use sunshine to show natural coloration. And this is Vespa velutina, small Asian hornet, which is invasive in Europe, which came to France and spread very quickly. In France and Spain, came to Portugal, North Italy, came to Belgium, came to United Kingdom, even came to Germany. This invasive species was collected near Frankfurt. Some records, but unconfirmed, of Vespa velutina were recorded in Romania. They were found also in United States of America, in Georgia state. It was some publications about it, some presentations of Department of Agriculture of United States of America about eradications of two big nests in some farmer places. But these two big nests were eradicated actually in autumn time, when probably many queens already emerged. So if queens emerged, they could be flying somewhere and hiding somewhere in autumn time. So eradication of nests is good in autumn time, but it would be much more profitable and useful to find it and eradicate in early springtime or in summertime. Not in autumn, because in autumn social wasps are producing drones and producing new queens which are hibernating. So this is a Bombus velutina nigrothorax subspecies with black thorax. You can recognize nigrothorax. And this is another species, European hornet. European hornet. Size even the same as this is a queen or bigger, because here I have only small workers. This is a queen. Queen is bigger and Vespa velutina. This is Vespa crabra with big sting. And this is a queen. Brown color with black stripes, or you can say black and yellow stripes on abdomen. Of course, I extended here that abdomen to show sting more properly. You see very big mandibles, which are used for cutting wood for preparation of nests. Yellow head, yellow legs, and in general, even on dyed specimen, brown yellow color. Very different coloration rather than coloration of small Asian hornet. You see, very distinct differences. Here we see head of a European hornet, Vespa crabra. Another queen with big sting. Sting is about 4 or 5 millimeter size, quite a big one for European hornet. Abdomen with black and yellow stripes, yellow mandibles, and yellow color of head. So this is a European hornet, which is not considered to be the major aggressive pest of honeybees, because this species has a lot of natural prey, natural food in the nature, because the queens and workers are hunting for different invertebrates, grasshoppers, larvae of different insects, caterpillars, beetles, some small tiny wasps, small bees, wild bees, on crickets, even on dragonflies sometimes. So they are not considered to be the major pest of honeybees, but because from 60 to 80% of its food, this is natural insects from forest, from grassland, from 60 to 80%, only maybe 10% can be honeybees if they can be living near the honeybee colonies. But for small Asian hornet, up to 60% of food contains this is a honeybees. So they prefer honeybees rather than natural flies, Diptera, Coleoptera, Orthoptera, other insects and invertebrates. Purposely hunting for honeybees. So let's show you some other huge social wasps. If I started to show you, because this is another species, Vespa mandarina, which was also found in United States of America. Also, it was recorded near the border with Canada, close to Washington, on the eastern border of United States. Nest was eradicated, fortunately. So how it came, it's a miracle. How it appeared to be. You see here, Vespa mandarina, giant Asian hornet, Vespa mandarina. with very big head, infuscated wings and stripes on the abdomen. Slightly bigger than European hornet, but mostly size is the same, but head is bigger and mandibles are bigger. Another Asian species, Vespa similis, with smaller size, smaller head, because here head is like quadrate. You see, in comparison with Vespa crabra, head is quadrate. It's quadrate shape. Here Vespa analis with darkened body and yellow and brown stripes. Vespa analis, also very large head. This is again Vespa analis. Size approximately the same, about 3 centimeters, not 5 centimeters, not 6, not like your finger. Size still the same as European hornet. Only head is bigger and mandibles are bigger. You see, mandibles are open here, and head is quadrate. Much larger head. Yes. Here this is Vespa analis, and this is a Vespa mandarina. And some more Vespa analis. Sting is presented, also about 3-4 millimeters, the same size of sting as for European hornet. You see very nice infuscated wings. Wings are darker than for European hornet. European hornet is more or less transparent wings and different shape of head. You see very big mandibles, enlarged head, Vespa analis. Again Vespa analis. Coming from collection. This species is distributed in Southeast Asia and in Japan, and I have it in collection for morphological study. So they are fixed here for taking photos. And this is Vespa similis with yellow coloration. And big one is hunting giant or big Asian hornet. Giant Asian hornet. Vespa mandarina. Vespa similis. You can easily recognize big quadrate head. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining our stream. Thank you for curiosity. Thank you for support. I hope it was interesting and entertaining for you to show these creatures. And the hornet has 2 big compound eyes on both sides of head. You can recognize here, that's a good question. Left side and right side, 2 compound eyes, like and elongated. And 3 points in between them, these are simple eyes. So total of 5 eyes. So that's you are right. 3 small eyes and 2 big compound eyes. Most important, compound eyes for sure. because we can give view of 360 angles around. It's considered that giant Asian hornet is aggressive, but it depends from the situation. It always depends from the situation. Now sunshine is disappeared, so when a shadow, coloration becomes more natural. Focus is coming out. Maybe too close. Or focus is coming because of pins. See here, head is yellow, 2 compound eyes, and 3 simple eyes. And this is Vespa analysis with hidden sting. Was difficult to take it off, and here sting is a good one, 3-4 millimeters size. I really appreciate the support of my Japanese colleague who provided these specimens for morphological study and investigation. And this is Vespa analysis. And finally, for sure, the most interesting Vespa mandarina. See comparative size bigger than Vespa analysis. The biggest individual, but in general the size is the same as for Vespa, crabro or European hornet. But coloration and structure of body is different. Mandible is different, venation is different, and coloration of wings is different. So this is a Vespa mandarina. Thank you for interest and curiosity. Support my channel. You can visit my Patreon page for support to be sponsor, or you can visit Buy Me Coffee page, or link for sponsorship in YouTube as well. And if you didn't subscribe yet, if you have not been subscribed for a long time, welcome to subscribe. Welcome to write comments in comments section. Welcome to watch my other videos on my channel. I hope it was interesting for you to see different bees, bumblebees, social wasps, solitary wasps. I'm pleased to give this information for large audience. This kind of outreach activity is useful for people and partially entertaining, I guess so, because I can show you something which other people do not show. This is Vespa analysis. So don't forget to support Ukraine. Support Ukraine, help it to Ukraine, stand with Ukraine, and Ukraine will win. Thank you for coming to my channel, subscribe and press like, and see you soon on my new video. Welcome to my new translations. Bye bye.